Welcome again to another episode of our brand new concept, Transfer Hub. I absolutely love these, I love doing these for you. So this is going to be your place for all of Villa's transfer rumours this summer, transfer news, Villa news, where we're going to keep you updated over the summer. So yeah, let's get straight on in there then. So we'll start off with more Villa news. Gerrard has done his press conference today and music to every Villa fan's ears. He said that Villa are going to be very, very aggressive. He said we know their strengths and they've got a real good chance of staying up. And he just mentions that Villa are going to be really, really aggressive, which I like. In other Villa news, Emi Martinez is going to be a slight doubt. But it seems like he's going to be able to pull through as well. And the bad news is that Ezri Konsa is going to be out for around 16 weeks, which good and bad timing, really. Good timing is that it's not in the middle of a season, so we're not going to miss him too much. Good news is his rehabilitation. He's going to be going through pre-season as well, so he should be able to get up to speed in and around September time. And he's luckily that it's not been an ACL, which would have seen him out for around 6 to 9 months. So, yeah, I'm just thankful that he's not out for too long, really. But while you're all here, Aston Villa's transfer rumour, Maxence Lacroix from Wolfsburg, playing in the Bundesliga, 22 years of age. He's got a £34 million buyout clause. Villa, Newcastle and West Ham are all heavily linked with him. Standard that Newcastle are linked with him as well. It just feels like it's going to be us, them. West Ham as well, because albeit they're in Europe, we're vying in the Premier League for the same spot, hopefully next season. So, yeah, so let's get straight on in there then. Let's get straight into this little cheeky rumour then. So let's go. So 22 years of age. His market value is £22 million. But like I say, he's got that big buyout clause. Central defender. Again, he's had an decent-ish season. Wolfsburg, to be fair, it's mirrored Villa a little bit. They're in and around the same places as Villa. They've been playing in the Champions League this season. They've had an absolute stinker of a season compared to the season that they had before when they got into the Champions League. If you compare Maxence Lacroix to Tyrone Mings, they're not too dissimilar in their stats. And, for us being similar positions, albeit in completely different leagues, their stats are pretty similar. His strengths are his positioning, his ball interception, and his ground duels. He can play at centre-back, and he does sometimes drift out wide to the right-back position as well, where he's... For the way he plays, for how physical he is, he should do okay, but I think he does struggle when he has to drift outside. He's very, very pacey, he's powerful, and one of his big strengths is his positioning. He's also a very good man marker. He's composed under pressure, and his reading of the game is very, very good. And I think this rumour comes in at a time where we are going to be looking to want to be able to strengthen central defence now. I mean, if we're going to be starting the season without Ezri Konsa, we're only really going to be going into it with Callum Chambers, Tyrone Mings and Courtney Horse, who I see may leave in this window. So we are going to be lighting there. We know we've been rumoured as well to Liverpool centre-back as well. So I'm not keen on that one, Gomez. I think Gomez pulled up again, didn't he, for Liverpool against Southampton. So I'm not sure on Gomez. And I do like the look of this central defender for his main attributes, his positioning, his ball interception, his ground duels. We'll get on to some of the other things that I feel like he's good at within his stats in a minute. But he's physical, pacey, powerful, his positioning is good, and his man marking is good. Where I feel like the man marking side of things at times with Villa can sometimes go wanting a little bit, especially in the big games. He's averaged on SofaScore 8.96. And I said on the last one, if we've got a player that's averaging around 6 a game, I feel like I'm okay with players averaging 7 every game. I think that's a decent benchmark for any game. He's had some standout moments this season. He had a 7.1 against Bayern Munich, which was a 2-2 draw. I think heat maps for central defenders don't really matter too much. I mean, he's in and around the areas of the pitch where you'd want him to be fair. But it's been, his last 5 games, he was averaging around high 7s for those games, wasn't he? His main attributes are his defending, which is good, which is what we like to see. So this is per game, minutes per game, 86 minutes per game. He hadn't scored all season, which, to be fair, from our centre-backs, I'd like to see a few more goals from our centre-backs. I mean, Callum Chambers has turned into prime Pirlo towards the back end of the season, but no goals from a centre-back. You'd like to see that a little bit more. Some of his other stats here, his accuracy per game is 81%, which is good. In his own half, it's 87%. In the opposition half, it's 69%. Clean sheets, this says 5, but he's actually had 11 clean sheets in the Bundesliga this season, which is really good. Let's go. Clearances per game, 4.8. Penalties committed, 3. Ground duels, 165%. Total duels, 167. Successful dribbles, 86%. Fouls committed per game, 1.2. This is an area where it's not so great. I think 3 yellow cards, 1 yellow and red card, and 3 red cards. That's stacked up a little bit as well. So those are his stats. And look, we're going to be linked with a lot of centre-backs this window. And I think he does stand out to me as a centre-back that's got key attributes which I feel like we lack at times. I think I was saying that I'd like to see Conte and Mings get their head down in pre-season and sort of come back revved up, fired up to the 2 centre-backs which we know that they can be. But yeah, it looks like we are going to be seen and linked with a lot of different centre-backs. But Villa fans, let me know what you think on this rumour. I know it's difficult to compare the Bundesliga, but when you're looking at like Conte coming from there, who signed for Liverpool, I think centre-backs tend to do pretty decent in that league when they move to the Premier League as well. So I just thought I'd bring you this rumour, a few little stats on what he's good at. Another link is Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal. Ekrim Konor has been heavy on Twitter recently with loads of different transfer rumours. It looks like he's the new sort of Fabrizio Romano, who's just propping up names left, right and centre. Eddie Nketiah for me is a massive, massive no. He's done well recently. He's banging that shop window, isn't he? But I think for Villa, I want to see us get the defensive side of this window sorted first. Areas where I want us to 110% get our name, get our players in there early now. We've done Coutinho. He's our attacking number 10. He's one of our attacking players where I'm like, yes, nailed on. I don't think we need any more attackers at this moment in time. First transfer has got to be CDM. Once that one is in there, I think we need a centre-back. I think we're going into the season light with Mings, Conte, Chambers. I think we're going to need another centre-back. I just want to see us get another centre-back in there and maybe move Courtney Horse on. Another position where I'd like to see us sign someone is in central midfield to cover sort of Ramsey and McGinn. I think, yes, we've got Sanson. Yes, we've got Irabunan. Yes, we've got Nakamba. We're not sure what's going to happen with Douglas Luiz. So another central midfielder for me is key in this window. And then I think we start going into the window of positions where I would like to see us improve. I would like to see us bring in another left back. I'd like to see us bring in another right back because I think Matty Cash needs he needs some competition, basically. I think either it be a youngster or one of those players where spur of the moment, we can just bring them in and it's just a no-brainer. But I think Matty Cash at right back needs cover, because if he gets injured, I think I think you could maybe push Ashley Young out there, but I think there's only so many times we can rely on Ashley Young. Left back is going to need cover, because I see Matt Target leaving and Ashley Young, he's great cover, but I think permanently penciled in, we're going to need cover for Luca Dean. And I think if we want to go deep in if we want to get into Europe and then we want to go deep into the cup competitions this next season, I think competition for places is key, and we need 2 players per position. And Matty Target just isn't going to be that player. And then I think if we are pushing it in this window, then we need to be bringing in another striker. I think if we go 2 up top all season, we're going to need cover, because I don't think 2 of those strikers can play the whole of the season. So whether it's Cameron Archer coming in or we bring in a striker, I think that area needs addressing as well. So while we're on the Villa squad, I would like to see us, and this is just my opinion, you guys let me know what your opinion is. I think we've got players that could leave on decent fees, and I think those fees, if they can be met, could maybe give us a bit of more of a net sort of spend where our outgoings don't look so bad. It's a little bit like what happened with Grealish. You're selling for 100 million and then you start bringing in players and you've only had sort of like a net spend of 5 million. If we can do that this sort of window, I think we're laughing. The names that sort of stand out to me, I think Matt Target is definitely going to leave. I think he's probably got his heart set on moving to Newcastle. You're looking at maybe getting around 18, 20 million. I think if we can get more than that, if we can, if they really want him, then pay the money up which we think he's worth. So I see Matt Target leaving. I see Trezeguet leaving. I don't think Trezeguet's got a future at Aston Villa. He's done really well on his loan. I think Courtney Horse is possibly going to be moved on. I think we're looking to improve on that area anyway. He signed a new deal, so he's going to be worth a few quid. I think Traore is going to leave this summer. I think we've already shown that we're not playing with wingers anymore. So I think Traore, again, is going to be moved on. And I think, unfortunately, Sanson is going to be moved on as well. I just don't think... I like him. I like what I see. But the same as Traore, you can't rely on him. 1 minute he manages to play 6 or 7 games at AFCON, comes back to Villa, and he's injured getting off the plane, and we don't see him again. I just think we're getting to a period now where, in certain games, we need players that we can rely on. And I think Traore and Sanson over the course of a season, we just can't rely on them. So I think for me, I'd cut our losses there, and I think I would try and move them on. And if we can bring in added quality, I think that's going to be what we try to do. I think I've got a jotted team down here of what I feel like our strongest lineup is, and I've got Martinez, Dean, Mings, Conte, Cash, question mark CDM. Then I've got Ramsey and McGinn, who I feel like would be our starters. And then, like I said earlier, I think if we can bring in another central midfielder that can come in, and complement those 2, then I think yes. And then I've got Coutinho, Buendia, and Watkins. I think that's what I've got written down there. And I think you either drop out a Coutinho or Buendia, and then you may be bringing in an Ings and a Watkins, and it's just pure rotation. I think what we've seen against Liverpool recently is we played really, really well and lost, and we sort of stuck to the same side next game, and that game was sort of like a couple of days after, and that intensity just isn't there. We just don't have that personnel where we can just rotate it slightly and we get a different performance. And I think that's what we're going to need. So I think we just need more competition that we can rely on. and that should put us in good stead, basically. And then the other rumour going around at the bottom of the screen as well is Antonio Conte targets John McGinn as one of 6 new Tottenham signings this summer. I would say tick that one off your list. So you've got 5 summer transfer targets, because John McGinn is going absolutely nowhere. I think Gerrard came out and he was quite bullish over, was it Watkins or Conte? Bullish over one of the two, saying that they're here to stay. And I think he would be one of the other ones. I think, his season has been up and down. I think it's Daryl who always comments, and he's a massive, massive John McGinn fan who always comments saying that he's not played in the right position. And I totally agree. I think, we don't see the best of John McGinn. I can see why Conte wants him, because he's that dogged, bullish, he's everywhere, his energy. He mirrors what Conte is on the sidelines, to be fair. But I think John McGinn is massive and integral. And I think these owners, yes, sort of Grealish left, and, would we have sold him if he didn't have the release clause? I don't know. But I think we're getting into a period where the owners know where we're at. Gerrard knows where we're at. Gerrard knows what he wants. And I think the owners know that if we're in a position where we need to strengthen the squad. We're not in a position where we need to start getting rid of key players and then going back into that unknown, and next season having a season like what we had this season. I think this season that we've had has been a bit of an eye-opener to how quickly things can sort of go wrong. And, we probably went into the season thinking we could challenge and sort of get 8th place. We've ended up going into the season finishing in and around 11th, 12th, having got rid of our manager, having looked like we were going to get relegated at one point. And the owners want European success. They want the North Stand to be knocked down. They want Villa to be in and around the top half. And this window is crucial to enhance and get the squad to a place where it's competing every single week. And I just can't see players like John McGinn leaving this summer. I really, really can't. I can't see Watkins leaving. I can't see McGinn leaving. Conte's not going to be leaving. Matty Cash isn't going to be leaving. So for me, it's improving this window on key areas. And I think for me, and Villa fans, let me know the areas that you think, but I think it's going to be CDM, centre-back, another central midfielder, left-back, right-back, if we can, and that's if, and then a striker, if it comes available to complement the squad. So let me know what you think on all of these rumours that I've discussed today, what you think on my thoughts on the actual squad as well, and where I feel like improving, and your thoughts on what you think the squad needs to look like as well. We have 2 articles out as well. One with Tony Morley talking about the European success. So Villa fans, check out our website, utvpodcast.co.uk. Go and check that out. Go and give them some love. Ryan did that one, and Justin has done one with the director of the documentary, which will be coming out tonight. I think it's at 10:30 on BT Sport, of our European success. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Transfer Hub. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.